regular thing on Mondays. It's a day that I'm not seeing patients in the clinic. And we're going to be reviewing today a few new offerings in the skincare world, some news, and then, of course, I'll be touching on some of the celebrity skincare gossip and news and things that are going on. No sponsors or anything for the show today. We are just talking about everything organically. And what we are drinking today, this is the new Nandanka. Am I saying that right? Nandaka Longevity Coffee, coffee alternative. So this is from Peak. They sent this to me. I'm a black coffee kind of guy. I don't add cream or sugar. I've been very curious about mushroom coffee for a while. They use lion's mane and adaptogenic coffee alternatives, and it's got some caffeine in it, but then it's supposed to like not have a crash later. And I've tried this a few times. It definitely is an acquired taste. It takes some getting used to. I've made another one to drink this morning. What I can say is that I love coffee. It wakes me up, it gets me going. But I do feel a little more clarity when I drink this. Like I feel like my brain just works better for a little while. So I'm not getting sponsored or anything by them, but they did send it to me for free. And it just, I have to add a little cream or sugar, and I don't like doing that. I find that if I wait later in the day, this is easier to drink without the cream and sugar. But when I first get going, I don't quite love the flavor. Let me show you guys what if I can share my screen here. So I'm going to show this to you. So this is the Nandaka Longevity Coffee Alternative from Peak. It's got a little bit of cocoa in it. The Peruvian cacao activates metabolism. Um, Ingredients here: lion's mane extract, cordyceps extract. So it should be good for immune support. You can definitely taste a little bit of the nutmeg in there. I don't really taste the licorice. I don't like black licorice. Overall, it's not bad. It is, bitter. Probably it does taste better with a little sweet cream in there, but I just don't like adding stuff to my coffee. So that is what we're drinking while we're going today. So let's talk about some of the new offerings in skincare today. So Mother Science is a new brand that has launched at Sephora. Now they've been around for a couple of years. Mother Science is taking a new approach to hyperpigmentation. And this is a problem that lots of people face. You get too much sun over the course of your life, or you have some hormonal issues, you've got a little melasma, and pigmentation is a huge market in the skincare industry. Some of the ingredients that we traditionally use are going to be things like hydroquinone, which you do have to be careful with because there are the potential for some side effects. I am going to just make sure we got a chat here in case you guys have trouble hearing me. There we go. Studio chat. Okay. Yeah, you like Peak products. Rehab to see. Okay, we got a chat going. All right, so Mother Science, instead of using hydroquinone, we've got other things like the Eucerin Radiant Tone line. They use a different approach. The Mela B3 from La Roche-Posay, they use a different approach. The Mother Science ingredient is called Malaseason, and it is the only brand that I've seen use this kind of thing in an approach to hyperpigmentation or dark spots. So Malaseason is derived from the Malassezia yeast. When you get a condition on the skin called tinea versicolor, it leaves white spots on the skin. You don't tan in those areas. And the founder of Mother Science had this happen to her. She had tinea versicolor, fairly benign skin condition, noticed that she had all these white spots, and it got the wheels turning. And she asked the question, can we use this ingredient in skincare to fight pigmentation? And that's what they spent time developing. So their main flagship product is the Molecular Hero Serum. You guys, I cover my face so you can see it. See, nope, there we go. Focus is a little off today. So the Molecular Hero Serum uses that hero ingredient. They do have a retinol synergist, and then they have the Barrier Repair Moisturizer. And these do use that Malaseason cream. I don't have a lot of personal hands-on experience with it yet, but the founder of the company, I had a call with her and her husband. Her husband is Mike Eisinger, who is one of the guitarists for the band Incubus. really lovely to talk to, and you can tell they really care about the science of this product. They've had some success with direct to consumer sales, and they're excited to be launching in Sephora. So if you tried a lot of different products for pigmentation and you haven't seen any results, this is a new spin to it, and I think worth a try. The products do feel nice. I don't have a lot of pigmentation problems, so I haven't been using them over a long period of time, but something new in skincare that I just want you to be aware of. Now, next, let's talk about Elm Biosciences. This is Martha Stewart's skincare line. Initially, they came out with an oral supplement that has a lot of antioxidants and sun protective factors. I did a whole video on that, as well as the A30 Elemental Serum. This is for, it's like an antioxidant. It's going to help protect your skin from UV damage. It's not a sunscreen, but it helps fight free radicals from UV, from other sources like environmental toxins and pollutions. It is not a vitamin C, but it uses different antioxidant ingredients, and it feels incredibly nice on the skin. I do like the way this feels. It is going to be a little bit pricey. Martha Stewart, she's a little bit bougie, and that's okay. But it feels really nice. It's a very good antioxidant, and I think if you have trouble with vitamin C, if it stings, or if you don't see results with it, that is an option. Now, the most recent product that they've come out with is their evening moisturizer cream. And this has a retinol derivative in it. So you do get the anti-aging benefit, but it's a very rich moisturizer. Again, fairly pricey. Just showing you guys what's new in the skincare market. As we move on, I want to get to Dr. Idris. Over the last couple of months, Dr. Idris released some products for redness in the skin. This is the Left Unread Calm Back Cream. So this is the moisturizer, and that pairs with the Left Unread Reducer Serum. So if you have red discoloration on the skin, these products are designed to help repair the skin barrier, to fight that, and they have a little bit, if you can see that on camera, a little bit of a green tint, which more and more products are adding in for sensitive skin patients, because if you put that little bit of green tint on the skin, you are going to see that kind of mask the redness. It's not enough green that it's going to make you look like you're in Wicked or Wizard of Oz or something, but it just gives you a little bit of red reduction. And the ingredients here otherwise can really help to calm irritated skin, help to repair the skin barrier. And so we don't want to just cover up redness. We want to reduce the appearance, but also help to repair the skin. Now, as we continue on, one of my favorite products. This is the Alpha Ret Overnight Cream. I'll have a link to this down in the video description once this is fully published as well. But Alpha Ret uses retinoic acid, which is prescription tretinoin, but they have combined it with lactic acid. So it's not the exact same molecule, and the FDA did not require this to be a prescription product. Somehow, adding in an alpha hydroxy acid with the retinoic acid made this more effective but more gentle, which is counterintuitive. So Alpha Ret Overnight Cream is the retinol that I've been using going on 2 years now. I actually bumped up to the Alpha Ret Intense Overnight Cream, which has 18% glycolic acid along with the overnight cream ingredients. The regular Alpha Ret has about a 10% glycolic along with the retinoic acid, lactic acid combo. Still incredibly gentle. Like, I have trouble using prescription tretinoin. It just causes too much dryness on my face. For years, I used tazarotene on my face, like the stronger tazarotene gel, which is like the strongest topical retinol you can get. And I did great for a while, but eventually I did too much, compromised my skin, and it just doesn't work for me anywhere. So using Alpha Ret Overnight is what I've been using. It's one of the most popular products in my office, and you can get that through the links that I will share with you guys. That's kind of what I wanted to pull that's new in skincare. If you guys have any questions in particular, skincare or otherwise, go ahead and drop them in the chat. I should be able to see those. And then we're going to get to some celebrity news. Drinking that mushroom coffee alternative. So moving on, I'm going to share screen here as well so you guys can see. Cindy Crawford's Meaningful Beauty line starts at $20. Shop the Magic in a Bottle serum and more at Amazon. So I'm not sure if this is a sponsored post with people. There's a tight relationship with beauty editors and skincare companies for favorable treatment. Doesn't mean that it's bad, but sometimes these beauty editors get to go on trips with the brands, and then they will write about the products. And generally, that kind of experience, just like pharmaceutical companies calling on doctors, they hope leads to more favorable coverage. So, Cindy Crawford, an iconic beauty, celebrating her 60th birthday. I did not know that she had a skincare line called Meaningful Beauty. So, these are not cheap products, however. They say it starts at $20. That's just for the cleanser, the skin softening gentle cleanser. Now, if you get into some of the others, Warm Weather Essential Anti-Aging Day Cream with SPF 30, $35 for a more premium SPF, I think is reasonable. A lot of Elta MD products are going to be at that price point or sometimes higher. And then we get into dark spot correcting treatment at 58, an antioxidant at 65, the hyaluronic acid lifting and filling treatment at 65, peptide serum at 68. So I'm curious if any of you have tried any of these products. I have not tried them. I have not heard of the brand before. Cindy Crawford, obviously an iconic beauty, has her own skincare line. You may have to give these a try. Packaging looks fairly nice. So we've got the ampules here. So this is like your retinol, very similar to the Rock retinol correction little ampules. Very interesting. So that is Meaningful Beauty. Just turned 65 yesterday and Botox curious. So, good morning. Botox, I like it. I'm a big fan of Botox. I do it to myself a couple times a year. I posted a short video a week ago or so of me doing Botox on myself. Now, I need just a little bit more. You can see as I move my face. Like this right here is really good. I'm happy with the amount of movement that I have, just like working on the 11s. But I need just a little more in my forehead. I don't want to be totally frozen, but I want a little more there. And then outside the eyes, I feel like that's generally kicked in pretty good. I did all three areas. I don't like to do it on myself every 3 months just because then you get a lot of atrophy of the muscles. The skin will then appear thinner, and I don't want to do that at my age. I'm 42. So I think that if you're curious about Botox, start very light. Go with somebody who understands your treatment goals, that you just want to soften things. You don't need to be totally frozen. And between the eyes is the safest place to start. If you go too heavy and you can't move that, it's not going to look too weird or anything. If you go too heavy on the forehead and you drop a brow, that's going to look weird. But between the eyes, focusing on the 11s is a great place to start with Botox if you're Botox curious. Xeomin, yes, I actually used Xeomin on myself, and I use Xeomin on myself most of the time. One, I have more Xeomin in my clinic. We do more of it, but unfortunately, one of my PAs reconstituted some Xeomin a while back and forgot to put it in the refrigerator. So it sat out overnight. And at that point, we're not sure if it's going to work or not. And so we couldn't use it on patients because I don't want a patient to pay money if I'm not confident that the product is going to be effective. And so I just took it and I stored it in a separate refrigerator so nobody else would use it. And then when I was ready for Xeomin, that's what I used. I used stuff that had been in my fridge for a few months after sitting out all night, maybe even all weekend. I don't remember. And so I didn't even know if it was going to work for all the pokes that I was putting myself through. Fortunately, it did, but it was a little weaker than I would have anticipated for the number of units. Now, if I reconstitute Xeomin and use it right away, it's perfect. This stuff had set out, so I'm glad I didn't use it on a patient. I used it on myself, got good results, but not as good as I would have expected. But it sat out for a weekend maybe, and that is why it didn't work as well. Yeah, if you have Bell's palsy, you do want to be careful about that. Sometimes we'll use Xeomin or Botox on patients who have a facial asymmetry. If you have Bell's palsy, we'll actually relax the side that's working so you have a little more symmetry at rest. You have to be very careful with that, obviously. You ordered the Dean Active. Thank you, Mr. Michael Oliver, for ordering from Dean. We'll make sure that that gets shipped out to you ASAP. If you guys do want to support this show or the work that I do in my mobile clinic, you can go to shop.drdustinportella.com. The products that you purchase from there will help to support the mobile clinic and the videos that I make. And so appreciate that. Let's move on to the next celebrity skincare news. I'm going to share screen here. All right. Kevin Durant responds to fans shaming his viral ashy leg. So in 2021, somebody got a photo of Kevin Durant on the court. Let's see if they have the photo here of his super ashy legs. I don't know. You can't really see it here. That was in October 2025. But he had the driest, ashy, like riverbed looking skin. And somebody from L'Oreal and CeraVe decided when CeraVe got the NBA partnership that they wanted to work with Kevin Durant, and they got him to be the new face of legs. So he is now moisturizing with CeraVe on his legs, and his legs look way better. So this is a more recent photo, and if you guys can see here, not dry, not ashy looking, but the old one was. So this was a really fun campaign. I did a video for CeraVe on this campaign. I did not get to go film with Kevin Durant. My friend, Dr. Wallace Nozil, did get to go film with Kevin Durant, and I'm very happy for him. But Kevin Durant is the new face of legs for CeraVe Moisturizing Cream. So if you got dry, ashy skin, give that a try. Elizabeth, thank you for enjoying the videos and product recommendations. If you guys have specific questions, drop them in the chat. Send me messages on Instagram as well. If you guys don't know, we moved the podcast to its own YouTube channel, Skinfluence Pod. You can get that on anywhere you listen to podcasts as well, or at least the audio format. The next thing we're going to jump into is the best skincare products for women over 50, according to celebrities. Because we believe in this society as a whole that for some reason celebrities know more about skincare. So we're going to see what these celebrities are recommending, and I'm going to give you my opinion on it. So according to celebrities, the best skincare products for women over 50. They do quote a couple of dermatologists here, Heidi Waldorf and Jeanette Graff, very good dermatologists who I'm acquainted with. But we're starting here with the True Botanicals Pure Radiance Oil. So this is a very nice product. I have used True Botanicals. I earlier on in my social media career did some partnerships with them as well. They are pricey products though. So according to Laura Dern, 54, she started using True Botanicals Pure Radiance Oil. People were asking whether she got a facelift. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm sure they were complimenting her on her skin, but I don't know if it's going to give you facelift-like results. It does go for $110. So I think this is more of a retinol oil. As we continue, Elizabeth Hurley, had a crush on her when she was in the Austin Powers films when I was in high school. But Estee Lauder Night Repair, an excellent serum since the 1990s. Elizabeth Hurley, now 55, has been using this twice a day for 20 years. So Estee Lauder makes a lot of good products. Again, fairly pricey at $105. Budget is not necessarily a concern for these celebrities. So keep that in mind. You can't just buy something because a celebrity recommends it or because a celebrity develops the product. You have to use what works for you. And there's a lot of budget skincare that works really well that you can get at the drugstore. Now we're talking here. All right, La Roche-Posay Toleriane Sensitive Fluid. Who is this? Sarah Jessica Parker. I only have one. It's the only moisturizer I've used forever. The 56-year-old actor told the Today Show when talking about her favorite skincare product, La Roche-Posay Fluid. I was just watching the show Footloose with my daughter this weekend because she was in the musical at her high school. And so I was like, well, we have to watch the original 1984 movie. And I had forgotten that Sarah Jessica Parker was in that. And so she's been using this forever. It's a more reasonably priced product at $30, La Roche-Posay. Generally, they're a little bit, they're mass market, not terribly expensive. So Sarah Jessica Parker, this one I can get fully on board with as a good moisturizer. Now, Tracy Martin, this is not a brand that I had heard of before. Padma Lakshmi revealed her entire wellness-heavy skincare routine into the gloss back in 2018. She uses natural remedies from her two facialists. And This is the enzyme exfoliant. I've never heard of this brand. I've not used it. At $90, that seems a lot. It's 1.57 ounces. You don't have to use a lot, but that's a lot of money for an exfoliant. You can definitely get less expensive ones. I've just never heard of this brand. So, okay, continuing on. Celebrity news. Catherine Zeta-Jones uses the Elizabeth Arden 8-hour cream. I feel like there was some weird stuff with Elizabeth Arden and Prince Harry. I remember hearing something like that. So the 8-hour cream, her grandmother used it. It's the only cream I've ever bought. It's the answer to everything. If you cut yourself, you put it on. So this is, I mean, she's using it as a healing balm at $24. Not expensive. I don't see exactly how big this is, but Elizabeth Arden 8-hour cream. I'll have to try it. Peter Thomas Roth Instant Mineral SPF 45 Regina King. I'm not gonna spend time talking about Peter Thomas Roth. He's in big trouble. Multiple mentions in the Epstein files, and not a good look. Some of the products were previously well reviewed, but there's definitely some backlash going on, and we're just not going to spend time talking about it. L'Oreal Age Perfect Rosy Tones Moisturizer, Helen Mirren. This is $17. Great price, good product, just a moisturizer. I'm not sure what this has as far as active ingredients, but Helen Mirren is an ambassador for the brand. Continuing on, Aveeno Positively Radiant Intensive Night Cream, $19, good price. Love Aveeno, they do a good job. And this one is being promoted by, who is this? Jennifer Aniston. Yeah, she's been a spokesman for Aveeno and has great skin. So, all right. I think that's good on celebrity skincare reviews. Let's see what else we got here. She still looks good. Yes, she does. La Roche-Posay, Prince Harry to his Todger. Yep, that was the story. Yeah, they should sue Harry. That's not the advertisement that they want for their cream, is it? All right, this is cooling down. I can drink a little more. And then Namdaka mushroom coffee alternative. Takes some getting used to, but I do feel like it. Good mental focus and clarity after I use it. Okay, coming to the end. This is the last story we're going to review. Helen has aged nicely. I agree. All right. I think we're going to be on the same page with this one. Does Northwest really need her own skincare line? I'm already going to say no. I don't think we need a skincare line from the daughter of Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. So, but she is becoming a mega influencer in the making. No surprise, giving her parental lineage. But on TikTok, she's already got more than 15 million followers. She does skincare and makeup tutorials, seeming to foreshadow a career in aesthetics, comedy, or both. Not saying she's not talented. I do not watch her content. However, their family obviously knows what they're doing when it comes to marketing and selling. So, Kim Kardashian has filed 4 trademarks in her daughter's name, 2 for advertising services and entertainment, and a third for a toy brand, and a fourth for a skincare line that is slated to include non-medicated skin preparations, skin moisturizers, lotions, creams, and cleansers. So we can look forward to the Northwest skincare line. And I'm sure that they will make money because that's what the Kardashians are excellent at doing. But I don't think we need a 9-year-old launching a skincare line. I'm very curious who the target demographic is going to be, what the price point is going to be. If the ingredients are very thoughtful and the price point is reasonable and it's just not marketed in the wrong way, then maybe it could be good. But I'm very dubious knowing the kind of marketing and things that are done by Kim Kardashian and the Kardashians as a whole. I don't think the price point is going to be right. I don't think it's going to be marketed in a way that empowers young girls or our tweens and teens. So we talk about Millie Bobby Brown launching Florence by Mills at 15. And I got to try some of that. It was decent, but anything that's targeting younger people, I really want to make sure that it is going to empower them, help them feel better, and not make them more insecure. So, all right, native brand of skincare. Yes, very good. It will go like her aunt's makeup. Yeah. Would you recommend a phenol peel for acne, scars, and wrinkles? Phenol peels can be excellent, but you must go to somebody who's done a lot of them because they can go wrong. You can get permanent scarring and discoloration. And without the proper monitoring, people have died during phenol peels. There was a case just last year in Brazil where somebody had too much phenol applied to the skin. They weren't being properly monitored for heart arrhythmias because when you absorb too much phenol, it will cause a heart arrhythmia, and people have died. So you just have to be so careful and make sure that the person who's doing it knows what they're doing, that you're prepared for the downtime, that you know what to expect before, during, and after. So maybe some lip gloss for Northwest. I'm assuming you're talking some lip gloss. Thank you. I'm not using any filters. You say that I have beautiful skin. I do have very favorable lighting here, just to be transparent. We've got a nice big light. We've got some soft light off to the side. But I do regularly take care of my skin. I am due for some lasers that I've been planning. I just want to get one of those really good high def imaging systems. We've ordered one and it's been over 2 months now and they have not shipped it. But I want to take before photos with that so I can show you what treatments do through social media a little bit better. But I do try to take good care of my skin. Sunscreen every day, retinol at night, vitamin C or some antioxidant in the morning time. So 12-year-olds should not be wearing makeup anyway. I generally agree with you. I think that's wise. I do want to give a shout out to Elf Cosmetics. So my daughter was in her first high school play and she doesn't wear a lot of makeup, but she needed to learn how to do her makeup for the stage. And on one of the podcast episodes that I was on called Mid Creator 101, we interviewed the marketing director for Elf Cosmetics. And afterwards, he said, "Hey, let me know. I'll send your daughter some makeup." And so I reached out to him afterwards and I said, "Hey, we would love to get some of that makeup. My daughter is going to be in this play." And Elf volunteered to send makeup for everybody in the play. So there's like 41, 42 kids in the play. And Elf Cosmetics sent enough makeup for 72 kids. And just want to give them a shout out. This was not something I got paid for. They were just doing it, because they're great at marketing. And I'm going to do a little video for them as a thank you. But shout out to Elf Cosmetics. Pretty reasonably priced products, good products, well liked. And they are very much in touch with their consumers. So I just want to give a shout out to Elf Cosmetics. And my daughter is 15 going on 16, starting to do a little makeup primarily for plays. She doesn't wear it in her day-to-day. But... All right. Guys, I got to wrap this up. We got a meeting coming up. Thank you so much for being here. And you can shoot me messages on Instagram if you have follow-up questions. Also, you can text me. So I do get text messages. Let me give you that number. 208-203-0767. I'm not going to spam you if you sign up there. I do send out, messages occasionally, and you can unsubscribe at any time. So text me questions and let me know if you like this live series. We'll keep doing it. I missed last week, but I'm going to try to get, at least twice a month doing these live streams covering, some celebrity news, gossip, and just giving you guys kind of the lay of the land for new skincare. And so I appreciate all your feedback, or if there's something else you want me, cheap viewers, streambrew.com, remove the space. I don't know what you're saying there. So anyway, if there's something you want me to include, let me know, because I want to make this valuable for you guys. We've been on about 30 minutes, so thank you for joining, and I'll see you guys hopefully next week.